Hey Raw Stars, it's Valentine's Day and I got a special treat for you. I brought my girls in the house and we're gonna do Valentine's Day 4 ways. That's right, Valentine's Day 4 ways. So we're gonna get their opinions on Valentine's Day from a married woman, c'est moi, that would be me, and for somebody who's recently booed up. Well, you guys heard about my sister with her hair-licking boyfriend, and we have my fabulous Athene girlfriend who is like, you know, on the dating scene and keeping her irons hot. And then we have our Valentine's Day, I'm waiting for that very special Valentine to come knocking on my door at any moment. Roz, who is with us, is gonna let us know what it's like to really believe and hang on for that very special Valentine. Okay, are you guys ready? This is gonna be an episode like you've never seen before. Hey Raw Stars, so I got my girls in the house. Everybody hands up, get ready. This is gonna be so exciting. Okay, first off, I'm Tiffany Roth, you guys know that already, and I have my sister Cedra here. You guys know her from that fabulous hair video. And then we have Roz, who is here, who's one of my besties since I was like a wee kid, and my other bestie, Athene Farmas, who is also a food specialist. Okay, so we are gonna talk about Valentine's Day. We're gonna start off and saying, what does Valentine's Day really mean? Because I think it means something different for each and every one of us. And I'm gonna start, okay, because I've been married for almost, I don't know, 15 years. I got married when I was 5. You know, it was early, it was an arranged marriage, you know. I'm just kidding. So, but Valentine's Day has always meant to me, you know, a day to celebrate love, but it wasn't that big of a deal. You know, I kind of felt like it was a commercial holiday, but I remember that when I was dating, it was the way that I knew that the guy was thinking about me on this day as his love mate. But now that I've been married, it's like, you know what? We acknowledge each other, but if you love each other all year round, then Valentine's Day has a little bit less significance. But I respect the fact that there are a whole bunch of other viewpoints out there, which we will start with my sister, who's recently booed up. She has a boyfriend, and I want to hear, what did Valentine's Day mean to you now with the boyfriend opposed to what it meant last year?
There's no difference in what it means to me because it's my very first Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. And so in previous relationships, when you're dating and it's not like a real connection or relationship, you may not do anything. It may be too, Valentine's Day may be too, you know, maybe too relationship-y,
right?
You know, and so sometimes guys don't want to do that. But with my guy, we haven't even talked about Valentine's Day, and it's what, tomorrow, 2 days from now,
right?
We haven't talked about Valentine's Day because his birthday was on the 10th, and so we were celebrating his birthday. Now it's Valentine's Day and then my birthday, so it's kind of like it doesn't even matter. Only because I feel very confident and secure in the relationship. So Valentine's Day, it's just like you said, it's really significant to know that a guy is caring enough to do certain things. But if my guy brings me flowers, I'd be happy. Candy, could care less. Bears, pillows, stuffed animals, I don't even know.
But you know what the funny thing is like once you have a relationship, because when you don't have a relationship, you guys remember like you're dating a guy and then like it gets around Valentine's Day and like, I don't know, maybe you have like a little fight, you know? Or, you know, they start acting up around Valentine's Day so they can break up with you from like the 10th to the 20th and everything's okay. Have you guys experienced that? So, I mean, that's when it kind of means something that's like, okay, he's gonna wait till Valentine's Day to start acting up. So, I mean, I think that, you know, when you are in a secure relationship, it still needs to be acknowledged because you don't want to be taken for granted, right, ladies? We have to make sure that we really feel like, yeah, you know what, we're still special to the one that we love. So, we're going on to the dating scene with Athene, okay? And she's gonna let us know what Valentine's Day means to her.
Well, I don't have a Valentine this year.
Okay.
However, today I found out from my friend in Mexico City that Valentine's Day is also the day to celebrate friendship. So I think that I love that idea of that because it doesn't need to be a day where I'm just like running away from it. I have so many beautiful friendships in my life, including all of you. So to really, you know, honor the women in my life, and the way that I'm celebrating Valentine's Day this year is going to, my friend is throwing a surprise birthday party for her husband. It's his 40th birthday. So I'm going to that, and, you know.
Well, first of all,
I'm so bored. I can't even. You know, it's about friendship. You know, actually, it did start off about friendship.
No, but
it started off about friendship when you were little. How many Valentine's cards did you get? That was important.
Yeah.
How many? You didn't care about?
No, I didn't care less. I've never. You know, I'm not traditional. Like I don't care about stuff like
I
that.
know. I won a whole bunch of cards in my bag.
But no, but the thing is onto something because we used to celebrate Valentine's Day together, like a tradition.
We went to dinner one year.
We all would come to my house a
They didn't invite me.
Because you're married. A couple of years, we were at my house a couple of years with my play brother Aaron, and then another time, and so it kind of became a thing where we would hang out together.
Okay, all right. So this Valentine's, they mean that you guys break up as friends when you have a boyfriend, because now that she has a boyfriend, she hasn't mentioned any dinner.
No, I haven't.
She hasn't mentioned any dinner.
You guys are on your own.
Okay.
I am like that girl.
So now I want to talk about, okay, what is the epitome of love? Because, you know, Rosalind is like, she does everything beautiful and perfect, and she really believes in love, and she knows that Mr. Right is going to be knocking on her door every day. She doesn't have to leave the house. She doesn't have to leave the house, honey. He is coming. He is coming to the door. So what's this Valentine's Day with me, Roz?
I love Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. I think it should be every day of the year. It signifies love, friendship, peace, happiness, joy. I love to see everyone getting gifts and cards and kisses and hearts. I love it. Ever since I was a little girl, my parents did Valentine's. So I always got Valentine gifts. I thought everybody got a Valentine. Valentine.
Newsflash.
I really did.
She's spoiled.
Okay.
She's been very spoiled. And I am so grateful because she spoils my kids. Okay, so Valentine's Day means to you that it's a day to really celebrate the ones that you love with gifts and with flowers and cards and things like that.
Acknowledgement of some sort.
Okay, so what happens? Okay, I want everybody to listen. What happens if you're in a relationship with someone? We're all going to answer this question, and everything is hot and heavy, and you're having this great time, and they never even acknowledge you on Valentine's Day.
I have something to say about that.
Okay.
Because I had a significant other last year this time. I was more anxious this time last year than I've ever been. Because you don't know if they're going to flatline, you don't know if they're going to rise to the occasion. You really just are anticipating the best, but then you have in the back of your subconscious, oh, are they going to get it? Are they going to
I could care
do
less,
it right?
though.
And most of my friends could care less. I'm actually happier this Valentine's Day than I was last Valentine's.
You know, the expectation, I think that really changes how we feel about any particular, whether it's our birthday or Valentine's Day or whatever. But is expectation wrong? I mean, I think that when we're in a relationship with someone, we should expect for them to go the extra mile for us. We should expect for them to acknowledge us, because otherwise, you know, what makes that person so worthy of all of your time, love, and energy? You know, what happens is on Valentine's Day, the world has said, hey, who loves you? Who loves you, baby? And if you don't get a Valentine's Day, that means that you are not loved, right? Do we have to accept that? What do you guys think?
There's an interpretation that there's a love issue, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, because different people define that for themselves. So for me, like, it was really significant. My flowers are significant to me. I like getting flowers. So my boyfriend gave me flowers like the first week we were dating. He gave me white roses, which I thought was so sweet. And then he bought me a present for Christmas, and we had only been dating like a short time. He bought me a present for Christmas. I didn't buy him a present for Christmas. And I didn't feel like I needed to, but you know, whatever. And then it was his birthday, and now it's Valentine's Day. So it doesn't really matter. You know what it matters for? It matters when there's a feeling that, I think it matters more when you're not really sure how your guy feels about you. I don't know. Because
that could be true, but let me turn that on its head for a minute. Valentine's Day shows up, and you get 5 dozen roses. And you get 5 dozen roses at your door, and you get a diamond bracelet, right? And he comes out with 1 rose in his mouth, and he is serenading you. Don't you start to feel some kind of way?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You start to feel some kind of way, because when you are celebrated, it does elevate your energy. So as we're talking about this, when you're dating somebody, should they, if they're not a boyfriend, and I'm going to go to a thing because she's the authority on dating, okay? Should they acknowledge you in some way, or should they say, oh, it doesn't really apply to us because we're not, you know, a couple? What do you think?
Well, I think in the context of a relationship, I would rather have a consistent courtship throughout the relationship, not just on February 14th. So I mean, yes, it's of course to be acknowledged on Valentine's Day if I'm in a relationship, but I also like the romantic gestures throughout the relationship. And I think it's really important to sort of keep that polarity alive and that courtship where he's, you know, even though he's your boyfriend, that he's always sort of winning you over. And I mean,
so if you're dating, right?
Okay.
It's a courtship, and we're talking about. Listen, there's a lot of people who are worried, and they're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, they're not talking about the courtship. What's going to happen on February 14th? Does he love me? Does he not love me?
That's the part.
So this is part of the courtship.
Yeah,
this is part of the
on the
courtship.
radar.
Why would that
And
mean?
I would, if they didn't acknowledge it, even at the very least, like a text or some sort of romantic like acknowledgement, like Happy Valentine's Day. Of course, I would be hurt.
Have we lowered our expectations?
I haven't.
I mean, is a Valentine's Day text sufficient?
I could care. Honestly,
You
you know what
from
it
the
is?
person you're dating.
I want you guys to make a comment below and let me know, okay, what you think is sufficient for someone who you're dating to do for you for Valentine's Day. I do want to hear that. If you're dating someone, what should they do for you? If you're not actually a couple, is a Valentine's Day text sufficient? And if you are a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, Roz, what should the right type of guy do on Valentine's Day?
I think it depends on the person. I give cards all year long. So the person that I'm dating, that I'm in a relationship with, they know me. They know that I'm romantic. They know I like the little gestures. They know I leave cards on the bathroom counter in the morning every so often. So I would expect something of that nature in return.
But you know what? That has to do with, have you guys ever heard of the book, The 5 Love Languages? And then everybody has a different love language.
Yes.
And some of them like those words of affirmations and gifts. And I think she really likes that. Now, you know, cards are a beautiful thing. But you know, I'm going to tell you, this is why it matters to what the person is doing and how the other person receives it. So it can be my daughter's birthday. And I know that I should be sending out thank you cards. And I don't. And then
But you said
I go, and then,
videos.
no. Then I go to a birthday party, I give a gift, and I get a thank you card in the mail from them. And it makes me feel like, then I feel terrible. I feel terrible because they have done something for me that I didn't do for them. I know I was supposed to send a thank you card, but I didn't because I'm not getting the cards. And here I am, I'm getting a card. How do I feel about that? So maybe she's with the guy. She's giving him all these cards. He's like, oh God, I really don't do cards. And every time you give him a card, every time he gets a card, he's like, ah!
Exactly.
What am I going to do? I'm not really into cards. So does that mean that he doesn't love her? Or that he doesn't speak her love language? What do you guys think?
But what about you? How do you feel about Valentine's Day? You're married. What's going to happen in your life for Valentine's Day?
You know what? I believe that it's really important to acknowledge Valentine's Day, especially when you're married, because you can get caught up in that whole everyday living thing. And, you know, if you don't take those days out, I think a lot of times those days are set commercially so that, you know, some people never give gifts all year, so at least someone that you love can get a gift or a flower or acknowledgement or something. So we do acknowledge it. We don't have to do big gifts or anything like that, but we do acknowledge it for each other, that we want to spend that day together, that we want to celebrate and acknowledge our love, and that's enough for the both of us. Now, when I was dating, I did have an expectation that something should be jumping off on Valentine's Day, right? And if it didn't, and I don't think that I was wrong about that, if I didn't get any flowers or card on Valentine's Day, it meant that he was not thinking of me as his Valentine. It really did. If a guy's like, I'm not in the commercial, blah, 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 it exists. And I'm here, and we're in the world today. We're thriving capitalists here, and we know that, you know what, it's Valentine's Day. I don't care if it's one flower. There needs to be some step or acknowledgement towards that. Absolutely. Unless you guys agree earlier that, you know, this is the thing that you guys are not going to do together. Okay, so.
And some women, I think, because I'm thinking, am I falling into that trap where the bar gets so lowered because men are not really doing that kind of thing? Or something, and so the bar gets lowered, so then your expectations get lowered. But then why should you have expectations? I really don't believe in expectations. They're not healthy, and you should just you should discuss it. But and if a guy finds out that your love language is gifts or things like that, then yes, he should probably oblige you. But I really don't believe that there's a certain way to do Valentine's Day for couples out there. It's just specific to the couple. And I haven't even talked about it with Rick. I have no idea what's going to happen for Valentine's Day.
Wouldn't you be sad if it just kind of like, petered out?
I just assumed that we would do something. Assumption. So not an expectation, but assumption.
Okay, so next up, we are going to talk to Roz, and we're going to find out what will be the ideal Valentine's Day from the perfect guy. Okay, so Roz is going to tell us about what is, the perfect Valentine's Day for her.
I don't think I really have an
Yes, she
expectation
does.
of a perfect Valentine. I really don't. I think what we were discussing earlier about learning the other's love language. We actually took the test of my last relationship. We took that.
Okay, I want to talk about the ideal guy. The ideal guy, not the last relationship.
Okay, so the next guy and I will take the love language test. I was trying to allude to a point here, which was once you are in a relationship and you start to learn who the other person is and what they like and what their expectations are, not so much of you, but of love and of meaning and of friendship and of unity, then I think the perfect Valentine will evolve into the perfect Valentine, whatever it is.
Okay, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think for guys? What do you think that it means for them? Because I'm sure they don't really. Yeah, exactly. They might feel stress and anxiety. But I mean, how would you show your love to your man on Valentine's Day? Because I'm not sure they're going to be really overwhelmed with a box of candy or some roses. So how do you show your love? We're going to say like, it is Valentine's Day. How would you show your love to your new boyfriend?
I would give him a full body massage. I have never given him this video now he's going to know about the full body massage perhaps. I would give him a full body massage. I've never done that before, and that would be something special because I mean I've cooked dinner before and it's not something that I do all the time, but I've cooked dinner before and he liked that. So but that's not special. I've done it before. So a full body massage would be very special. And then a card, perhaps. I've never even given him a card. So a card.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
I like the
full body massage.
I've never even given him a card.
I haven't given him a card.
It's okay.
What if you make it? What if you make the card?
All right, Roz, how do you show your love on Valentine's Day? I want you to give me something that you would think that a guy would love. Let's not do a particular guy. Let's make it your dream guy.
This is PG, right?
Yeah.
It's whatever we want it to be.
Oh no, this is PG.
Okay.
Okay. Oh well, that changes everything. Well, let's see. It really depends on the person.
If this is your ideal guy, he is your ideal, not the person. Because you know what, you guys. If you want a great relationship, you need to call this guy into your energy. Stop thinking about the person. I'm saying, Roz, who is your ideal guy, and what do you do for him for Valentine's Day? Call him in right now.
Because
it's
what I would do.
Right.
It's not about him.
Right.
It's what I would do for him to express myself.
20 courses.
I would do so many things.
20 courses.
I'd start leaving cards in the morning.
Right.
And perhaps candy. If they like candy, I would definitely give them some candy. I would do flowers. Men don't necessarily like flowers. I would just really think about it. And I've done many different things throughout my dating relationships. Started in 16 years old. So I've done a lot of different things. Some guys really enjoyed Valentine's Day. Some could care less.
Right.
But I was still me in my expression.
Because she's a giver. She's a giver, and she likes to create experiences with someone, so she would create an experience. What about you,
that's
Tiffany?
nice.
You know what I was thinking about was doing a boudoir shoot.
I like
creating
that.
a calendar and maybe 12 really special photos, and just so that you can have them.
That's why she's hot on the market right now. That's why you see that cut. She said boudoir shoot. That's why she's
sexy.
She's still got the sizzle. I want to hear about it. So the boudoir shoot. Okay,
Yeah,
I've already done everything.
I had a ton of.
Look, she's like been there, done that.
So either like compiling a book, and that's something that he wouldn't be able to buy at the store, and he would be a surprise, and
well, my guy's gonna be the happiest.
If he's my ideal guy, he's been buying me amazing lingerie, so it's like, okay, it's a way of honoring him and all of his purchases.
What do you guys think
My
about
guy's
sending
gonna be the
videos?
happiest with
What do you
his
guys think
massage.
about sending naked pictures and videos to guys? Are you guys
Yes.
for it or against
Yes.
it? Okay, so Thena's like, all right, she's a texting queen, sexting and texting. What about you? Would you send naked pictures to your guy?
It depends on the guy. I mean, first of all, no, ladies, do not send naked pictures to guys. Do not ever send a naked anything to a guy, okay? Now, when you guys are married or like truly committed, then, you know, crop your head out or something like that. But yeah, my guy definitely has things of me that he likes to look at every once in a while. But I was going back to what these girls were talking about and the boudoir shoot and stuff that's sexy. I believe, and this is not a competition, I'm not trying to say that it is, but my guy's gonna be the happiest because a massage always leads to very romantic things that are very, you know, that's what guys really like. They like romance, they like stuff like that. So it's gonna lead to something very sexy.
Okay, so Roz, do you believe in naked pictures? Sending naked pictures to your guy?
No.
No, okay, I love it. Okay, I would say if you're dating,
I've sent sexy pictures.
Sexy pictures.
I just don't know where things might end up. I had an accident before. Someone lost their phone, no, their camera with me in the camera.
Oh my
So
goodness,
I don't know.
yes.
I'll never do that again because I don't know where things might end up.
You guys will not believe what happened to me once.
Oh no.
I don't believe in sending naked pictures, but I did this like sensual picture to send it to my husband, and I thought this is kind of sexy, and it had like a little butt and a little boob, and at the meantime I was getting texts and I was, you know, multitasking, and I was doing all these things, blah 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 blah.
Who did you send it to?
Everybody.
I sent it to all of the members of my gym. Okay.
Oh my God.
I sent it to all the members of my gym, and some of the girls were like, "Thank you." I was like, "That wasn't meant for you." My sister wrote me and said, "Did you know that you sent this picture?" So I would say, okay, that
Don't send
make them want to see you in person. Okay, make them want to see. Make that be the gift that you give to your guy when he sees you in person. But if you're married, don't multitask and send your pictures because that could happen. So,
But something super sexy that is something that I've been requested. I mean, it's been a request in my house to do. My guy likes me to wear high heels. He likes me to walk around in high heels, scantily clad in high heels. That's something
While you're cooking for him?
So why isn't that a part of your Valentine
I didn't say that it
agenda?
wasn't. I didn't say that it
that's
wasn't.
a great idea.
I'm just saying, men, the things that men like, I can't speak for all men, the things that my man likes are things that are very sexy and very sensual. And so that's why I said a massage. He'd be like, thanks for the candy, but massage,
right?
And, you know, the things that massages lead to, kissing and all that, intimacy. And he would like me to walk around the house in high heels and some shorts, booty shorts.
Okay, so ladies, we have now constructed the best Valentine's Day for you to do for your man. Are you guys listening? Okay. First off, you are going to get some sexy pointy high heels, even if they hurt your feet. Put them on. Strut around the house, okay? And leave cards. Lean over. Leave a little card here. Leave a little card there. And then take a beautiful photo of yourself, okay? In a boudoir manner and some sexy clothes. And send it to him. But make sure that you are not fully naked. And if you're married, okay? You must do all of that and more, okay? So I would have to do all of that. I'd have to put my heels on, which is something that I don't do anymore, walk around the house. I would have to leave a card. I'd have to send a picture. And most off, I would have to be able to acknowledge to my man that he is still #1 in my life. So I want to hear from you guys. What is your best and most ideal Valentine's Day? And if you have any ideas for us for Valentine's Day to do, the married woman, the dating and the scene, the idealist, and the booed up. All right? So you guys, well, thank you for joining Tiffany Talks. We'll see you every Tuesday. All right? Because we are what?
Better
together. These are my best friends and they're like...